If you just clicked on this video, that means this video is for you because you have been looking for answers in all the wrong places. Hello, magnificent human. My name is Marie Elise, and I wrote The Realm of Unity, a utopian fantasy and a guidebook home to yourself. I want to talk about you looking for answers. We're all looking for answers. We look to our parents who are happy to tell us how to live, where to go to college, what to study, who to marry. We go to the doctor because we want them to tell us what's wrong with our body and what we should do to fix it. We go to the religious leader to tell us who we are and even what God is. And really what we're looking for is we're looking for ourselves. And we have been conditioned to look outside ourselves. The answers that we seek live inside ourselves. So am I suggesting that we never ask for advice, that you never go looking outside yourself? Of course not. We are here to help each other. We're here to influence each other. We're here to inspire each other. And so it's wise to seek advice, counseling. But that's very different from believing that somebody outside yourself knows more about you than you do. The belief that if I just find the right person, if I just find the right healer, if I just find the right leader, that they are going to fix these problems inside me. That's the deception that we have been sold, all of us, from the time we were very young. I don't know about you, but I was not taught to look inside myself for the answers. When you start looking for answers inside yourself, it is a slippery slope because all that conditioning starts to bubble up and they influence our decisions and color over the truth that is trying to bubble up inside of us. But we're in a time of change right now. We're in a time of massive change, a shift in consciousness to an understanding that goes deeper than just your thoughts. We gain greater and greater access to our intuitive wisdom. I have had a lifetime of having access to my intuitive wisdom, moments where I knew what I was meant to do. It did not necessarily make sense, and it did not always go along with what I was told to do. But every single time I followed that intuitive guidance, it led me to something wonderful. This intuitive wisdom is essentially, it is the voice of God. We need to talk about who and what God is, because we've been told all kinds of lies about who and what God is. Some man in the sky who's going to punish you. So much of what we've learned is deeply disrespectful to the truth of who you are, the magnificence of who you are. And we're here to recognize the truth that we and God are not separate. The person that you think you are, the you that you think you are, the ego or the false self. I like the word the false self because it's really clear. It's essentially layers of fear and conditioning, all the negative thoughts that we think. So when you start to access your intuitive wisdom, it's a little bit tricky. It's hard to know, is this really my true self? Or is it my conditioned past? And the way to unravel this is just go for it. Just try. Like, I think this is my intuitive wisdom, and what happens when you follow it. And sometimes what you find later is like, oh yeah, that was actually the voice of my father. And then sometimes you hear that voice so loud and clear, make a choice that maybe didn't make sense to the logical mind, but you knew it to be true. That's your voice of your inner wisdom. So when you seek advice from people outside yourself, what I suggest is that you weigh it against the voice of your inner wisdom. Does this feel true to me? Does this feel right? Because everybody only can speak from their own personal experience. It doesn't matter how many credentials they have. It doesn't matter what school they went to. It doesn't matter how much authority that they have. They can never know more about you than you know. There's nobody who knows more about you than you. You actually know what's right for you if you're willing to listen. All true teachers will guide you back to yourself. Anybody who puts themselves out as a teacher who is not guiding you home to yourself is just selling something, I'm afraid. They're not there for your best interest. They're there for their own best interest. And so when I tell you I have the answers for you and you clicked on this video, it lets me know that you're still looking outside yourself, which is fine, because maybe, just maybe, this video will help you find that deeper truth inside of you, because that's what I want for you. The reason that's what I want for you is I know with every fiber of my being, I know that when you follow your own intuitive wisdom, that it actually benefits me, strange as it may seem. That intuitive wisdom, that intuitive guidance, we all have it. And the more we listen, the more we create a more beautiful world. It creates a cohesiveness. It creates an integrity that we have lost. We're so out of touch. And if you look around the world and see the chaos, this is what you get when you have a world out of touch with its own intuitive wisdom. If I can help you and remind you of just how brilliant you are, of just how wise you are. Self-doubt, boy, that's such a bugaboo. I know that one really, really well. The self-doubt is made up of old stories that are not yours. They might be stories from lifetimes. And so we start to unravel all those stories and eventually find our way home to ourself. I hope this was helpful. I send you so much love.